to the opening ceremonies for the 2002 Winter Olympics. It will host opening ceremonies again in 2034. Back to you guys.
Holly, thank you. And the Red Raiders will kick off first, and here we go. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll run for it. It's Parker. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Back to throw, it's Dampier. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
White 53.
Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Black 18. Black 18.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The run inside, it's Williams. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Could not make his way to the corner.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
3rd and 6 yards to go. To the air, it's Hammond. Quickly complete. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know it's...
There's a crease. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
And the Red Raiders will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on first down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout, make sure your guys have their minds right.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Looking to throw on third and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Gets it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll give it to Parker. Knocked off his feet.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
It'll be third and long. Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Here's the pressure. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
You know, there are a lot of coaches out there who believe bye weeks sometimes can take away your rhythm, and that might be the case with this offense right now. They just don't seem to be clicking in the passing game.
And the Utes will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period.
Break. Let's go.
To the air, it's Dampier. He'll off one deep down the left side. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. Looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Texas Tech will start the drive, the offense ready to go. Last drive ended after a long missed field goal, and they have it back ready to go to work. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Quarterback keeps it. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. It's a seam wide open. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to pass, it's Hammond. Caught near the sticks, it's Eakin. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Defense showing blitz here. Trying play action. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to take the top off. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw. It falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run for it. It's Parker. There he goes. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that is how you bring it. You see the ball, you go get it right now, and you bring the wood with some bad intentions.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. They get enough rush, and it... It's off the sack at the 20.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And his first throw here is incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Corrals it at the 45. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time.
Hey, kick it to him at your own will, man, because that dude has a jetpack. He can absolutely fly. You see why they got him back deep, man. Catch it, let people kind of get an angle on him, and he just goes soof and takes off, erases angles. His speed back there as a punt returner, man, is it dangerous.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Making side adjustments here. Thomas looking to fire. He uncorks one deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
The Red Raiders want to stop the clock, and they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Punt is on its way. On his way from around the 50. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Special teams proving to be special. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run out of the gun here with Parker. They didn't get anybody blocked, didn't fool anybody. They'll lose yardage, and it's third down here late in the half. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Goes high to pull it in. Flying down the left side. The 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Utes!
And that touchdown was massive for the offense. It gives them confidence heading into halftime. But remember, they're going to be receiving first in the third quarter, so they get an opportunity to cut even further into this lead. That was a huge play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the number 16 team, the SMU Mustangs. And it's the Gamecocks coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They win their 2nd straight game and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner. Here are now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Off the boot, looking for his man. Fires downfield. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, a lot of times offenses, they feel really good when it's second and short after a good run on first down. You'll see them be aggressive. They choose to run the football, defense ready, now setting up a third and short situation. Are they going to run it 3 times in a row? The defense probably going to be ready for that.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Makes the grab on the left. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Trying to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack.
And you have to wonder if going in at halftime in the locker room just slowed down the momentum a little bit for this offense. They had it going so well in the first half. They were up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, scoring points. But here we go. First drive of the second half, and they run into a wall getting sacked on the third. Play of the drive. They're going to have to pick it up here in the second half.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to... Breaks into the open! Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Utah! And the comeback is on!
And man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The give is to Williams. Got enough for the first. At the 45, on his way. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Red Raiders. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
Utah, 17.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And that's a really good play. That's a bomb. That's thrown way down the field. A lot of time for me to do what? Get a little bit handsy, get my hands, force a PI. Stayed calm, did a nice job staying the course, got his hand on the football for the deflection.
They'll run play action, buying some time as he moves left. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And I love this defense continues to get home and bring pressure. Another sack, their 3rd sack of the game. They just keep applying pressure, and it's working. Do not stop.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Tough to give up those penalty yards in that situation. Now it's just 3rd and 6. He might want another play. Thomas back to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I think the biggest reason why this team is trailing the way they are is they haven't been able to stay on the field. They've had no success on 3rd down up to this point. Way too many punts, but that time they finally get it done. That's about as good a timing that I think we've seen from the quarterback and his intended target so far in the passing game. And it came at a point where they needed it the most.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. The sure hands, it's Simmons. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Utes are flying down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Easy completion on the shuffle. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Wants to fire on second down. Complete in the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks. Thomas
looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Here we go. Ready? Ready. Ready. Check. 89-19 fireball. 89-19 fireball. Go.
Looking for a gap. It's Bell. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. They'll start on the ground with Quentin Joyner. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Running inside, it's Williams. Picks up the first down. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game...
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Might as well give it to him again.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Hammond. Gets it out quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Thomas back to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing, quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the wideout. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Thomas looking to fire. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back to back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Looking to throw on first down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
You know, that's a throw in the drag route where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field, and they just couldn't hook up on that one.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Unloads it left. This time it's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Now with a red zone opportunity.
Now from inside the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern.
Booster, booster. Return. Squid, squid, squid. Go, go.
Wants to keep it in the air. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Thomas back to pass. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Utes! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The Utes touched them right back.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
That keeps the score. Texas Tech, 35. Utah, 26.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. The Red Raiders want to stop the clock, and they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. This is a big third down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Off the RPO, complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. With 1:52 seconds left, the defense will use a timeout trying to get the football back.
Props and kudos to that defender. That is a dangerous wide receiver, catching that pass on third down off the RPO fake. Nice job by the defender, getting him down, tackling the catch, setting up fourth.
Punt is on its way. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here. Thomas looking to fire. He wants a big play here late. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes the catch down the right side. Slips a tackle and he's got room. Touchdown, Utes! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Minute and a half to go, and to have a chance, they have to recover this onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Now the Utes take a timeout and they don't have any more left. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Working well behind the sticks on second down. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this knee didn't let him sniff that first down marker.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Red Raiders will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They're going to take another delay of game penalty. You just can't have these types of mistakes. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back.